What's going on, y'all? My name is Morgan, the CEO. I'd like to thank you so much and welcome you to the CEO Lifestyle Podcast. Yeah. First and foremost, it has taken me so long to start this podcast. Like, I don't know. I think I may have announced it on my social media. Was it this year? I don't know. It could have been like, no, I think it was this year. It was the beginning of, was it? Oh no, it was this year. It was the beginning of the year. I remember because the pandemic was just starting. I think we were like a month in, and I was like, oh, this is a perfect time to start my podcast. It was actually going to be based around that in terms of getting through this. I think we were 2 months in because by 2 months we were starting to realize how real this was. And so I was like, I'm gonna start this podcast and we're gonna talk about the pandemic, or we're gonna talk about getting through it, or we're gonna talk about whatever. And here we are. This is November. I don't know today's date, but we're in November of the same year, 2020. Boom. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because procrastination is serious. And I don't even know if it was me procrastinating because, it was me procrastinating. I ain't even gonna lie. I procrastinated for months to start this podcast. And I had a whole outline. I was like, I'm going to talk about this. Boom. This going to be this episode, this next episode. Honestly, I don't even know where that paper is. I wrote it down and then I just closed the book and haven't been back to it since. Thank you all so much for anyone that had been waiting for this podcast. Thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate it. You know, the reason that I'm doing it now, I always knew that I was still going to do it. But here's the thing. Let me take y'all on a quick little, let me tell you something. So a couple days ago, well, it might have been like a week now, but a week ago, I realized I had this whole situation come down where, for those who know me, know that I'm a rapper, right? And I had downloaded this beat last year. It might have even been 2 years ago now. Downloaded the beat last year, had a whole verse, actually a whole song written to it. I just never recorded it. Always had it in my head. I still listen to the beat till today, and I'm like, all right, I'm still at some point going to record this song. And I never did. So again, back to procrastination. I procrastinated for a whole year or two, sat on the beat, had the song together. And I have a lot of songs in my head, just never sat down, recorded it, and put it out. And then so last week, I was like, I need to record that song. So I go and I try to find the beat. Man, the beat is on my phone. I have an iPhone. So anybody with an iPhone knows that you get a beat on your phone, you can't download it. It's hard. It's in your iTunes. They want you to hook it up to a computer and get it off. Hold on. If I hook it, no, I think if you hook it up to the computer, you can't pull it off. I don't know. I don't know what my situation was, but either way, nonetheless, I couldn't get the beat off my phone. And I don't think I ever downloaded it. It's not on a computer. Well, I had to have downloaded it. I don't know how I downloaded it, but it's not on my computer and it's not in my email. I couldn't find the beat. And I'm like, how am I going to pull this beat into Pro Tools? I really want to record this song finally a year later. And so I found the producer. I'm like, maybe he still got the beat because I think I got like the free download or something like that. Because I like to, whenever they have free downloads, I like to download it to see if I really want to write to it, stuff like that, do a little demo or something. And turns out the producer had sold the beat. And I'm like, had I recorded this song last year when I got it, I wouldn't have this problem. For one, I would have had the file. I wouldn't be going through all of this. I could have bought the beat, all of that stuff last year. And so I thought about it. I had a moment with myself. I said, Morgan, sometimes you take forever to do something when you have an idea. And, I thought about, success loves speed. And you're not fast at all. Like, you're not fast with the ideas that you have. Sometimes you are. If you're really, really passionate about something and you just gotta write it down and you just gotta do it, you do it. But sometimes, Morgan, like, you be tripping. I don't know why it took you a year to do this song when it was already written. You had a microphone. Well, okay, granted, I didn't have a microphone in the setup last year. I got it this year, but that's not an excuse because there's music studios around. So once that happened, because I was so mad that this beat was sold, I said, you know what? Everything that I said I want to do, I'm going to just do it. And the thing about it is, for me to procrastinate so much, I honestly get a lot of stuff done. Like, I think that some people won't even understand that they're probably, on the outside looking in, you're like, but you do this and you do that. You put out music. I have a lot of music out. You do music videos and you have a book out and you have a clothing line and you do this and you do that. And obviously, you're getting it done, right? So that means I'm not procrastinating. But there are a lot of things that I procrastinate about. And so I realized that, well, I said to myself, I'm not doing that anymore. So as it comes to me, I do it. Success loves speed. So remember, success loves speed. So here I am. That was a long story. But here I am. No more procrastinating on this podcast. I am here and I am here now and I am here to stay. This is the CEO Lifestyle Podcast. I'm your host, Morgan the CEO. Yeah, let's get into this intro real quick. Then we're going to be back and we're going to talk about what this whole season is about. The CEO Lifestyle. Let's get it. So as I talked about procrastination, that's actually a really, really good segue and lead into what this whole podcast is about. Well, at least the first season and most. So this is called the mindset shift. And the purpose of this, obviously, is to shift your mindset, giving you a few little tips, little tidbits on how to do it, because we hear it all the time. Everyone's saying, shift your mindset, take some mindset change, reprogram, do this, do whatever. But they don't, well, some people don't tell you how to do it. They don't tell you where to start. So that's what this is about the whole season. Every episode, we're going to just tackle certain topics, certain beliefs, certain whatevers, okay, for the whole season. So here's the thing. So your mindset is basically how you approach any situation, right? Self-explanatory. You can have an open and positive mind, or you can be closed off, a bit negative, stuff like that. We all know people from both aspects. I don't know. There could be an in-between, I think. Sometimes some people are positive and open, but sometimes they are a bit closed with some of their beliefs. So, if you're open and you have the positive mindset, then you believe in possibilities. You believe, you have faith, basically, right? And then you have the closed mindset. You coming from a limited belief system. To me, I believe the mind is like the lens of how you see the world. A lot of people allow what happens in their outer world affect their mind and their mindset and their beliefs. But really what it is that your mind and your beliefs and your emotions actually is what affects your outer world. And a lot of people don't understand that, but that's what we're here to talk about. So look, if you have any questions or if it's something that you want me to touch on this season of the CEO Lifestyle Podcast, the Mindset Shifting, look, just wherever you can send me a comment or DM me or email me. I'd like you to ask me any questions, or if it's something you want me to talk about, any type of problem that you're going through and you want to hear my opinion or whatever it is that you want, just message me and I will talk about it in one of these episodes. So, yeah, we are going to get into it. So the first thing I want to do is talk about words and how powerful your words are, because I believe it starts with that. Something that I've noticed, and I honestly never really noticed this until I got older. You know how they say, wisdom? No, experience creates wisdom or something like that. Or, experience is the best teacher. That's it. I don't know why I made it seem so hard or like it was some complex like quote or something. But yeah, experience is, or time. That's it. Time is your best teacher. So here I am. I'm still fairly fairly young, but I've also experienced things. I've lived throughout my 20s already. I'll just leave y'all at that. I'm out of my 20s. 20s are gone. Bye bye. Right? So I actually learned a lot within my 20s. And that's beside the point. What I wanted to talk about is it really took me until now, as I got a little older, to really sit and think about the words that I choose to say out of my mouth, or the words that I hear other people say out of their mouths. And I never really realized how you could tell someone's beliefs through the words that they say, right? I just thought words were words. But now I realize the power of words, so I'm very, very, very cautious of the words. Even for me, my words were never really negative, but they weren't affirming. So I think my words were just really present. Present, yeah, if that makes any sense. And to elaborate on that is to say, okay, we use the word trying, right? I was always trying to do something. Yeah, I'm trying to do this. Yeah, I'm trying. Yep. So something I'm trying to do is, yep, and I'm trying to do better. And yep, trying. I was always saying trying. Even in some of my music, I feel like that word is there a lot. And I was never thinking of like, oh, I'm trying. For the most part, it was still stuff that I was actually doing. I had a conversation with Karis. For everyone who doesn't know Karis, she is the CEO of Pussy Potions, singer, songwriter. She makes amazing music in any genre that you can think of. But she's an entrepreneur, coach, life coach, all of that. I'm probably bigging her up. She's probably like, "What? You're embarrassing me." But no, so me and her, we have a lot of conversations, and she has a team of people who she coaches. Sometimes I'd be in the room or somewhere in the house, so we live together. Boom, you probably done figured it out. It's my girlfriend. But so I hear a conversation sometimes, and the people on the phone will always use the word trying. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to, you know. And she'd always say, no, you're doing that, right? And then it made me think about how much I say trying. Now, when I say trying, I'm not really literally saying trying like I'm trying to do this, but it's not in that context. It's usually something that I'm already doing anyway, so I don't know why I'm using the word trying because I am doing it. But when I would hear her talking to them, I'd say, you know what? I say that a lot too. And I actually am doing it. So, change your words, Morgan. Change your words. And from that day on, here's the thing, it's very, very hard to get out of a habit. And if I've been saying that word a lot throughout my lifetime, I'd find myself saying it subconsciously. But what I've learned how to combat it right at that moment and say doing. And then eventually I stop saying trying and I'll just speak more affirming and say, yeah, so I'm doing, and what I'm doing right now is I am doing this. I am, right? I feel like people have words that they say that they don't realize is holding them back. Or they don't realize that some of their words actually displays how limited their mindset is. And I hope that some people don't take it out of context or honestly, just don't take it offensive. If you do, then look, that means I'm really talking about you. But you say somebody has a limited mind, it's not attacking you. It's really to just kind of give you that awareness for one, and to just let you know, open up a little bit, have an open mind because you're stopping your growth. Okay? So if you do find that you are someone who has a limited belief system, a limited mindset, it's okay. Just do better. When you have a fixed mindset, it's like there's a ceiling. You know how people say sky's the limit? And then you have some people that's like, the sky isn't the limit. There is no limit. Even saying the sky's the limit, you think you're telling people, oh no, believe beyond this world, be open. But you're still using the word limit. So to a certain point, that's a bit fixed. We've created spaceships that go beyond the sky now. So the sky technically, literally, is not the limit. Your beliefs are fixed. And usually a lot of the time that's from programming. It's the beliefs of others, your family, your siblings, your friends, television, the world, just all of that. They kind of shape that. And you don't even realize that a lot of your beliefs are somebody else's. It's not even your own. It feels like it is because naturally, okay, that thought comes to your mind and you're like, I thought that, so that's my belief. And a lot of the times we don't even take the second to actually ask, is that what I believe? You know, when you have some people who are hateful, I wonder if they actually sit and ask themselves, do I actually hate this person? And why? Like, do I really care about what this person does? Do I really care about how they look? If you're somebody who grew up in a family who might be racist, right? That was taught to you. Have you ever really sat back and asked yourself, do I really not like this person based off of the color of their skin? Like, is this really something I believe in? And some people might say, yeah, it is. But it probably still is not. If you grew up in a home that was already with that belief system, trust and believe that the beliefs in your mind is not yours. It was influenced in some way. So it's up to you to want to change, and it's up to you to change it. But you have to be open. You have to be open. You have to be willing to do it. And it's going to take a lot of educating yourself. It's going to take a lot of breaking down yourself to figure out why you even feel this way. If you're somebody that's like, you know what, I really don't know. I don't know why I care about that. Why do I care? Then boom, that means it doesn't even really matter. So you might as well just drop it because it's just holding space in your head and your heart. If you let that out, then you allow good stuff to come in. If you're somebody who feels threatened by other people's success, if you're someone who avoids challenges, if you're someone who's like, that's too hard, I gotta do all that, that's a lot, it's okay, it seems kind of hard, I'm not gonna do this. But say it's something that you actually want, but you allowing challenges to stop you, you don't have a growth mindset. Someone with a growth mindset is going to welcome the challenges. You know, they're going to say, all right, sure, I'll do all of that, because ultimately at the other side of this rainbow is my pot of gold. You know, or if you're somebody who rejects feedback, it means you're not open to what anybody else has to say because everything that you say and do is right. A lot of the times we like to believe that we know everything, especially when it has to do with ourselves. It's like, how are you going to tell me about me? Right? But here's the thing. Think about it. Everybody else out in the world, especially like if it's somebody that deals with you every day. So whether it's your wife, your husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, parents, siblings, friends, they have to be around you. They have to take in the words that you say. They are the ones that have to see your facial expressions. You don't. You don't see your facial expressions. They see your facial expressions. They feel your energy. They hear your beliefs every day. They see your neglect and or procrastination. They see these things when sometimes you don't even see it. You don't even see your face throughout the day. So you have no idea the expressions you're making. You're not paying attention to your body language. They see your body language. All of these things basically are expressions of you. It's not to say that they know you better than you, but they definitely can give you some feedback. They can tell you and call you on your BS because they see it. So feedback, constructive criticism is real. You got a person that's actually telling you about yourself because they care about you and they want to see you grow. All right? Those are the people I'm talking about. That's constructive criticism. Those people. If you reject stuff like that, then that means you're rejecting growth. Obviously, they say you shouldn't care what people say about you or think about you. Ultimately, of course not. Ultimately, it's about what you think of yourself. But the thing here is, do you care enough about what you're perceived as? The person that you are to other people in the world, does that even align with how you see yourself? So look, I'm not going to go into the fixed mindset too much, But here's the thing. If you don't allow yourself to learn, if you're not open to learning, you basically are stunting your growth. You're not allowing yourself to develop your full potential because you're stuck at thinking you know everything and you're not open. You're not allowing yourself to grow. If that's you, well, for one, if that's you, welcome. Thank you for being here because obviously you are here. Well, actually, no, I don't know. This is the first episode. So you might realize, like, oh, exit stage left. She talking about me, or exit stage left. I already know me. So I don't need to hear anything she has to say. And if that is you, then okay, you'll be back. But let's talk about the growth mindset. Everyone can grow, honestly. It's simple as that. Everyone has the ability to grow their minds. You have people who, back in school, they're being taught that, or not taught, but they're told that they're a little bit slower than the other person or whatever. Or this person has this IQ and here's your SAT scores and it's low. I feel like we're usually graded and judged on what we know at that moment. But it's not to say that we're dumb and we'll never know those things, for one. You're just being graded on what you know at the moment. But the same person that can go and learn how to be a surgeon, anyone can do it. It's really up to the person whether or not, for one, they want to do it. If you want to learn about law or something like that, anyone can go learn about law. But it's up to you about how good and great you're going to be at it, because that takes studying, that takes discipline, that takes passion, it takes commitment, it takes a lot of things. And so that's why some people are better at things than other people are, or know more than other people. It's just because some people find their things and they go in on it. They educate themselves, but for the most part, everyone can learn and grow. But it's really up to you. And that's why you can't have that fixed, closed mindset thinking that you know everything, because then you cannot grow. So everyone has the ability to grow, but not everyone grows. That's kind of on you. All right, so let's get down to it. How to know which category that you're in. Are you a growth mindset person or are you a fixed mindset person? Because sometimes we don't even realize, that we have a limiting mindset. And so, sometimes you got to hear it and you say, oh man, that's me. Then congratulations. You might not be so limiting in the first place because you're actually willing to change because you want to grow and you want to be better. So sometimes we find ourselves in a limited mindset, not realizing it. Back to what I was saying earlier is that, you realize that your beliefs aren't even your own. A lot of the times people put their limits on you and you don't realize that, nope, that's your limit and that's not mine. So go over there with that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're somebody that realizes that you have a limited mindset and you're willing to grow and get out of that and make way for a nice, free, open, positive, peaceful mindset full of growth and development, then welcome to the CEO Lifestyle Podcast. I am your host, Morgan, the CEO. So first and foremost, here's what a fixed mindset looks like. Okay, if you're somebody that avoids challenges, give up easily, you have a what? Ding! Fixed mindset. If you're someone who's threatened by other people and their success, or other people's ability to know themselves, the confidence or the whatever they have going on in their life, and you're someone who feels threatened by that, you have a what? Ding! Fixed mindset. If you're someone that has fear of failure, you have a fixed mindset. And here's the thing. I cringe when I say that because I feel like for the most part, everybody kind of have that fear of failure. But when you're somebody that's like, yeah, I'm just going to do it either way. So if I fail, I fail. Then you graduate from having that fixed mindset to growth because you know how to overcome that. So I do feel like, everybody is afraid at some point. Even the people who at this moment, they don't have the fear of failure, but they may have at some point. But if you ask them, they're going to tell you, well, I just did it anyways. So boom, that's kind of how you distinguish that, So if you're someone who's afraid of failure and you allow that to stop you and hold you back, and so you avoid new experiences because of fear, then you have a limited belief system. Because for one, you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you could win, that you can actually succeed. If all you think about is failure, you really don't believe in yourself. Like, but what if I fail? Why is it the first thing to come out your mouth? What if I fail? What if you succeed? But if you're a person that can say, I could win at this, like let that be the first thing that you say when you say, I want to start this business and I can win at this, instead of, I want to start this business, but what if I fail? So that's the first thing that you need to do, is take out anything that's basically going to combat who you are, because who you are is somebody that can win. So anything that takes away from that, anything that combats that, get rid of those words, please. That's the first thing you got to do. Words, like I said, are powerful. So no more saying I can't. No more saying I'm afraid. Even if you're afraid, don't say it. Don't speak it now. Say I'm excited. I know what it feels like to have that that feeling in you where you like, I think I'm a little afraid to do this. But I'm not going to say I'm afraid. No, I'm not speaking that over my life. And that's what you have to start or stop doing. Stop speaking bad things over your life. Stop speaking down about yourself. Even if it's something you can't do at the moment because you just actually don't have the ability to do it. You don't know how to do it. Just know I can learn. Instead of saying I don't know how to do that, just learn how to do it. Honestly, the internet, you can learn anything. You can learn anything nowadays. You can Google anything. You can go on YouTube. There are a lot of books too. You can go read a book on anything. There's a lot of things where you can go out and you can receive the knowledge so that you can stop saying I can't do that and actually learn how to do it. And if you're somebody that just don't want to do it, then that's another thing. But if you're somebody who has a growth mindset, this is you. You embrace your challenges. Okay, it's a challenge, but I'll get through it. I'll figure out how to get through it. You know that if I fail, there's something to learn from it. If it does not kill me, it makes me stronger. I know that's cliche, but it's true. If I am still here, that means I am still breathing. I am still able to do better and do something else. I keep going, right? Look, it really does take a lot for somebody to persevere. Challenges are challenging, especially in today's climate. There's a lot of things happening to people. 2020 has really been an interesting year, but every year is interesting. Every year has its downs as well as ups. 2020 hasn't. It was been a lot of downs for a lot of people, but there are people who had a lot of ups this year. But for the people, we're speaking to the people who did not, who still kind of being challenged at this moment. It takes a lot to keep going. Nobody said any of this was going to be easy. If you're somebody who actually does have a limited mindset, it's not your fault. Like I said, usually a lot of it does come from other people's beliefs. A lot of us are adults walking around still in our little 10-year-old mind or 17-year-old mind. And not to say in terms of immaturity, but in terms of hurt. A lot of us are walking around still with that hurt as a 7-year-old kid, or still being faced with the trauma of something that happened to us in the past, or things that we may have lacked growing up and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily your fault where you are mentally, but it is your fault if you decide to stay there and not grow and not develop yourself. You're allowing your past to dictate your present and then ultimately your future. So that's what you have to do. You have to be open to changing. You can't allow yourself to just not live life and actually find peace and be happy, you're stunting your growth, you're stunting your success, you know? It's not easy. None of this is easy. It's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of commitment, a lot of consistency, perseverance, all of that to change your mindset. But again, you know, are the rewards worth it? And if you feel like it's not, then cool, stay where you are. Just, you know, don't be mad when other people out here getting what you want. And then also, you know, when you're somebody who actually wants to collaborate with people, you know, you can ask your friend, how did you do that? Can you help me? Or can we work together? Can we, being open to the possibility and open to collaborating with people, that ultimately, you know, is development. And that's a growth mindset as well. Being open to working with people as opposed to being the person that's like, you know, silently upset and silently just hating, and then now you distance yourself from the very people that you can learn from, and the very people who can become great partners at whatever it is that, you know, you want to get done. You know, they might be able to help you. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to receive help. You can't let your ego get in the way. That's it. I think I was talking too much, and you know, I don't want my first episode to be super long, but I did want to kind of go into what the mindset entails, you know, the difference. So you have an idea. I really hope that you learned something today. I'm very excited to continue on with this podcast and just talk about any and everything that has to do with growth and development and following your dreams and persevering, procrastination, getting past it, you know, getting past fears, whatever it is you want, you know, like I said, just ask me the questions. I will answer as I know how to do to the best of my abilities. And I will answer them and speak to you all through experience, through passion, and through just my want and my mission to help. So I'm about to peace out. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the CEO Lifestyle Podcast. I'm Morgan the CEO. You can follow me on Instagram at Morgan the CEO. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.